All right, let's talk about your type. And no, I'm not talking about hair color or how tall they are. It's something way deeper and honestly, maybe a lot more destructive. Yep, your type is potential. You know the ones I'm talking about? The people who seem just a little bit broken. Maybe they're misunderstood or emotionally distant, or just always seem to be struggling with something. It's like they're a project, just waiting for the right person to come along and fix them. And guess who's decided they're that right person? Yep, you. The thing is, you're not really seeing who they are right now. You're looking past all that and seeing this incredible future version of them. The person they could be, if only they had your love, your support. You genuinely believe your love can be the hospital, the medicine that's going to finally cure them. But we've got to pause here and ask a really tough question. Are you falling in love with a partner, or are you basically adopting a project? Because, let's be real, this pattern, it isn't romance. It's actually a trauma response, and it has a name, the savior complex. So, let's get into the psychology of saving. Okay, so society loves to frame this in a really flattering way, right? You're just a good person. You're an empath. But psychology, well, it points to something a lot more uncomfortable. It suggests it's actually about control. Think about it. When you're the fixer and they're the broken one, you kind of have the upper hand. If they need you, they can't leave you, can they? And maybe even more importantly, it's a fantastic distraction from dealing with your own stuff. So here's what it boils down to. The savior complex is basically this subconscious deal you're making. It's like an unsigned contract in your head that says, hey, if I can just fix this person, if I can solve all their problems, then they'll have to love me forever, they'll be indispensable. And the whole time, you're successfully, brilliantly avoiding the emptiness you might feel in your own life. Right, so where does this even come from? Well, you were born this way. This is learned behavior, for sure. And to really get it, we have to look back at the blueprint, what we can call the Peacemaker blueprint. So often, this whole thing starts way back in childhood. Maybe you grew up in a home that felt chaotic, unpredictable. As a little kid, you figured out pretty fast that your environment wasn't stable. So what did you do? You became the peacemaker. It became your job to manage your parents' emotions, to smooth everything over. You learned this lie. It's my responsibility to make everyone else okay. And now as an adult, you're just replicating that exact same dynamic in your relationships. And this, right here, this is the absolute core of the problem. Your brain, your actual nervous system, got wired for chaos. So, fast forward to today. You meet someone who is healthy, stable, and kind. And what happens? There's no crisis to manage. There's nothing to fix. So to your traumatized brain, that calm, peaceful feeling, it just registers as boring. Meanwhile, that roller coaster of chaos, that feels familiar. That feels like home. Okay, so maybe you're listening and thinking, does this sound like me? Well, let's find out. Let's talk about the 3 big signs of burnout from this. Symptom number 1, you are constantly making excuses for them. I mean, constantly. They treat you badly. And what's your first instinct? Oh, it's not their fault. They had such a hard childhood. See what you're doing? You're using their trauma as the shield to protect them from having to be accountable for their actions right now. Okay, symptom 2. You start to feel resentful. It's this deep, simmering feeling that just grows over time because you give and you give and you give. You pour all of your energy into them. But the one time you need a little support back, crickets. They're just not there. It's a hard lesson, but you realize their cup has a giant hole in it. They can't ever fill yours. Okay, this next one is really hard to hear, so just take a breath. Symptom 3 is a secret arrogance. And I know that sounds harsh, but stay with me. To be a savior, you have to believe on some level that you know what's best for them, that your love is some kind of magic wand that's going to fix everything. But here's the absolute non-negotiable truth. You cannot love the trauma out of another person. It just doesn't work that way. So, the big question is, what's the cure? How do you actually break this cycle? Well, it all starts with a massive shift in focus. The goal is no longer saving them. The goal is saving yourself. Here's a way to picture it. You are so busy, so focused on trying to rescue them from the storm they created, that you don't even realize you're the one who's actually drowning. Their chaos has completely swamped you. All right, so the way out is a 3-step process. Step 1, you have to resign from the job. Seriously, You are their partner, not their therapist. You have to let people face their own demons. Step 2, learn to embrace healthy boredom. That quiet, peaceful feeling you get with a stable person, that's not boring. That's what safety feels like. And finally, step 3, the most important one of all, save yourself. All of that incredible energy, that obsessive care, that endless patience, that deep, powerful love you've been pouring into broken people, it's time to turn it all inward. Because guess what? You are the project you've been avoiding this whole time. So let's end with this, the ultimate takeaway. It's time to stop trying to be the hero for people who need to be their own hero. Remember this, your love is a gift. It is not a rehabilitation center.